swipe left while you still can. This is Ashley with WatchMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 20 worst anime girlfriends.
一回キスしたら次のデートからお昼ニンニクでもお構いなしだし。
For this list, we're looking at the female anime characters who, while in some cases beautiful, have been known to pull some serious crap during their time in committed relationships. As always, you can catch me on Twitter at AshJBo, so head over there, give me a follow, let me know which anime list you want to see next. Number 20, Lust, Full Metal Alchemist franchise.
デートすっぽかして。私待ってたのよ。会いたかったわ。じゃあ。
She's devilishly attractive, will light any heart on fire, and as soon as she's got you where she wants, she'll rip your heart out. Not a metaphor. She'll jam her ultimate spear right through you until your insides become your outsides. Just ask Havoc. While we're sure he has major regrets about how things ended, we can't exactly blame him for wanting to reach second base with this homunculus. She is, after all, the incarnation of desire, and meant to appeal to every kind of fantasy, minus the happy ending. Number 19, Saki Yumihara, Inspector. Look, we can understand finding out your man has supernatural powers that borderline on immortality can be a shock, but don't you think at the very least you could talk things out before you drop him like interspecies reviewers?
どう付き合うか真剣に考える時は来るなと。
Surely upon discovering creatures like Kappa exist in this world, having a dedicated lover like Kuro who could fend them off would be a good thing. Not in Saki's mind, since she calls off their engagement, expresses how she can barely stand the idea of touching him anymore, and bolts out of his life ASAP.
牛肉を食べるとひどい別れ方をした前の彼氏を思い出して気分が悪くなりますのでって断ったよな。
The fact she's a recurring character in the show, as part of some kind of backwater love triangle, is just ugh. Number 18, Team Sweden, Metabots.
Best friends forever, okay? Okay. Don't forget your Metabots. Go easy on them, huh? But of course.
As the World Row Battle tournament gets underway, Iki and his fellow members of Team Japan are pitted against numerous other countries and their Metabots, though the Swedes seem to have a whole other kind of tactic in mind, relentless flirting to the point where the boys are left totally under their spell, even willing to lose the match.
Please, will you marry me?
Well, maybe. You should sell Granny's ring for a bus ride back to your hotel. Hasta la vista, Shamishir. Bye-bye, Shami.
At least until they discover they're members of the Rubber Robo gang in disguise, and also 3 old, overweight dudes posing as little girls. That's a whole other kind of illegal.
Don't be mad, Iggy.
Why you go me?
Number 17, Villetta, Code Geass.
君の名前は？
私、名前？なんだろう。
As a soldier and patriot of the Britannian Empire, none come more loyal than Villetta, who would slaughter any number of Japanese citizens if commanded to, at least until her memory loss comes into play. Without her past indoctrination, she turned into a charming woman who developed a beautiful relationship with Rebellion Commander Ogi.
おそらくその後遺症で私は11などと。
While their love would ultimately trump her prejudice in the end, after she reclaimed her memory, there was the small incident of her shooting him point blank as soon as her amnesia faded.
私の名はビレッタヌ、ブリタニアの騎士公だ。
そうか。
That's one hell of a hurdle to overcome. Guess Ogi's big on second chances. Number 16, Narumi Momose, Wotakoi.
ひろたかくん、まさか落ち込んでたの？
Love is hard for otaku. We can certainly sympathize with this office worker in regards to her desire to keep her inner nerd a secret. She's got plenty of likable qualities to her, and eventually comes to accept her otaku-ness as something to embrace. That being said, she did not hold back her verbal punches when it came to Hirotaka.
あの最有料物件のどこに不満があるっていうの？
いや、不満とかではないけど、まあでもぶっちゃけ顔は樺倉さんの方が私好みなんだよね。
She so obviously enjoys being in a relationship with him, and yet all throughout the series, she was always harping on about how unattractive he was, how Taro was more her type, commenting on other relationships, and every kind of rhetoric that would put any other man off. Not cool.
なおちゃん、デートってなんだっけ？
Number 15, Hanyo, outlaw star.
Why? Do you like me or something?
No, I didn't mean it like that. Well, maybe I do.
And this is why dating a girl who's in the assassin business never ends well. Not that Jim really knew who he was falling for.
That is so nice.
A chance encounter with the innocent-looking maiden turned out to take something of a dark turn for poor Jimbo, since it was her mission to wipe out the Outlaw Star crew, only to get sniped out of the stratosphere later on. She may never have known that she was trying to eradicate the boy she had fallen for, but at the very least Jim was spared of being confronted with the horrific truth post-marriage.
Oh.
Number 14, COSWAY Bucky series.
なんだよ、ふーんって。
動揺した後、どうするのかなって。
Oh, COSWAY, we didn't want to put you on this list. Up until recently, you had been nothing short of a super loyal, super helpful girlfriend to Bucky in the past. But the incident with Muhammad Ali Jr. was still very much a monster of your own making.
僕と結婚してほしい。
The cocky boxer made it crystal clear he wanted to go a few rounds with you outside the ring. And yet you still made an effort to hang out with him, even though you knew it would put your relationship with Bucky into jeopardy. Junior may have ended up getting thrashed by the end of it, but so was our opinion of this little lady.
あなたは
Number 13, May, Citrus. That moment when the fact these two being stepsisters isn't the most damaging thing about their relationship. May, for all intents and purposes, is abusive. Not only does she force herself on Yuzu without consent several times throughout the series, just for a cheap thrill, but then emotionally closes herself off.
あなたが黙るには、これが一番効くみたいだから。
This combination is enough to send Yuzu spiraling into a medley of confusion, love, and despair, while May frankly couldn't give a crap about what she's doing to the once spunky Gyaru. Their coupling isn't so much about looking past the surface as it is, girl, get the hell out of there.
こんな風に誰かの体温を求めてしまうのは、私が歪んでいるせいなのかしら。
Number 12, Flay, Mobile Suit Gundam SEED.
キラには早く良くなってもらわなくちゃ。
While we can totally get behind wanting to share the sheets with our Lord and Savior Kira Jesus Yamato, the way in which Flay went about emotionally manipulating the traumatized pilot while simultaneously space cucking her fiancé was really shallow, with an extra layer of sleazy.
何もそれに縛られることはないと思うの。
While she's not completely without redemptive qualities, and certainly didn't deserve to get axed off by a mobile suit, it's clear from this act she had no problem with being a heartbreaker. Jeez, I mean she really wanted Kira's Gundam SEED, didn't she?
じゃあな、お邪魔みたいだから。
Number 11, Charlotte Linlin, One Piece.
楽しみにしてたんだ。
Big Mom knows what she wants, and when she's done with it, she's just as quick to toss it away like half-eaten cake. This includes her husbands, lovers, and any other unfortunate soul she chose to make a baby with, using them as stepping stones to create a legion of offspring that would serve as her army and establish herself as a true pirate to be feared.
双子だ。
双子抱かせてほしいのね。
お前はもう。
We can understand that Linlin had it going on in her younger years, but come on lads, the writing was clearly on the wall with this one.
ちくしょう、俺のウェディングケーキ。
Number 10, Solar Ui, Fate Zero.
私が情けないという指摘、すぐにでも撤回してもらうよ。
ええ、期待してるわよ。
Kenneth may have been a top-tier douche, but it's fair to say that his wife-to-be was no angel. In fact, she was completely governed by her overwhelming desire to become the one true master of Lancer. Nowhere is this better demonstrated than when she tortured her bedridden fiancé by breaking his fingers until he handed over control.
この右腕を切り落とすしか他になくなるけど、どうするの？
Alas, her time commanding the hunky servant was cut short when she got curb-stomped by Maya. She may have been devious, but getting her hand cut off and sniped to death all in one evening was still a bit much. Number 9, Otohime, Okami-san and her 7 companions. There's Clingy, and then there's Otohime. Thanks to the support of her dear friend and love interest Taro, this once shy and overweight girl managed to turn her life around for the better. On the downside, she's become a little obsessive, to the point where stalking and stealing Taro away became commonplace.
女の嫉妬は海よりも深いんですのよ。お覚悟なさいませ。
Her antics may be a little on the excessive side, but we can't feel too sorry for him. We know what they get up to each time Otohime drags him off. Wink wink.
お寂しいなら私が癒して差し上げます。
Number 8, Yakuna. My first girlfriend is a gal.
So yeah, we can go out, boyfriend.
You can try and sell us on the true love trope all you want, anime. It still doesn't take away the fact that the relationship between these two characters is as thin as paper. While she's not a terrible person, Yakuna is, by all means, just as fickle as our bland lead protagonist.
Boyfriend, I'd like you to take me back to your place, okay? Bye!
Their entire relationship is built on the fact he just wants to lose his V-card to someone as blessed in the chess department as her, and yet she keeps indulging him. Honestly, no amount of panty shots can hide just how much of a poorly constructed love interest she is.
I'm experiencing some major deja vu here, and not in a good way.
Number 7, Ruruka Ando. Danganronpa 3, The End of Hope's Peak High School. Oh, how can anyone as cute as her be bad? After all, she's in a loving relationship and likes to make sweets.
Our priority is staying alive. Lucky me, there's someone by my side I can trust.
There certainly is. I am your rock. Count on me till the bitter end.
Well, you'd be surprised what a person can do when they find themselves trapped in a mutual killing game.
Never betray me.
Hey, quit with that stuff. You know I'd never do anything to break your heart.
While her desire to live is understandable, the way in which Ruruka deceived and tries to take out the other members of the Future Foundation certainly painted her in an unsympathetic light. This unfortunately included her own boyfriend.
No worries. Life isn't fair. I understand. I love you. It's okay.
Guess too much sweets can be bad for you. Number 6, Luis, the familiar of Zero. Got a question for you, Saito. Is sleeping in a barn, getting treated like a slave, and constantly being whipped with it, all for the slight chance of getting some nookie?
You a guy? You're nothing more than a lowly familiar.
Despite the fact she's also a victim of bullying, Luis treats her new human familiar in an appalling manner. The way in which she's prone to jealous outbursts and is very possessive of him in spite of the abuse she inflicts ensured that the romantic foundations the series was trying to lay down turned out to be rocky at best. Number 5, Hanabi, Scum's Wish.
私たちは付き合っている。でも、お兄ちゃん。
What is wrong with these kids? As a girlfriend, Hanabi certainly isn't what you would call stable. Her inability to earn the love of the man she craves led her to form a sexual relationship with fellow classmate Mugi, where they proceed to use each other as replacements for the ones they truly desire.
本当はあわやのことそんなに好きじゃないでしょ。なんでどうして好きなふりするの？
Things only unravel from there, as conflicted feelings, lustful wants, and damaged psyches all blend together until nearly everyone involved is left as a shell. Deep down, we know Hanabi is a sweet girl, it's just her way of handling things is more than a little destructive.
その目じゃなきゃ嫌なの。欲しがってよ。あいつに向ける好きなんてないくらい。
Number 4, Sekai. School days. While Makoto's antics across the series were reprehensible, we can't exactly say Sekai didn't have a hand in it. After all, she easily tempted him into cheating on his new girlfriend and starting a whirlwind affair with her, only to be surprised that he would go ahead and cheat on her with another girl, and then another, and another, and, well, you get the idea.
Sekai.
Now you would think most people would have just walked away from a mess like that, but oh no, not Sekai. The only logical thing left to do in her mind? Stab him to death. We know he's a scumbag, but don't you think murder is a bit much? Number 3, Chi-Chi. Dragon Ball Z.
Leave me out of this!
I want both of you to put your training on hold for now and go to driving school tomorrow!
While we can understand that marrying a Saiyan isn't always a walk in the park, Chi-Chi's whole approach to her and Goku's relationship can be startlingly aggravating. She ropes him into a shotgun wedding without him really understanding the concept.
As for you, Goku, hit the road! Don't call us, we'll call you!
She's fully aware that the only thing he's good at is fighting and training, and all she does is act like an angry housewife. If you wanted a normal life, then why did you marry a naive alien warrior who can blow up planets?
And you just let him run off!
Sheesh, take a page out of Bulma's book. Number 2, Kirito Oremo.
キモんなわけないでしょ。マジ引く。
There are so many things to hate about this girl. It's hard to know where to start. Despite the fact she loves all things nerdy, she will go to extreme lengths to ensure no one knows, even if it means acting hostile to those who share her passions. Then there's the always popular trait of insulting and acting abusive to the one guy she actually likes.
ロマンチックじゃないからやめてよね。察してよねって意味か。
いちいち言うなバカ。
This also extends to lashing out when another girl shows interest towards him. All of these are totally valid points as to why you should avoid Kirito like the plague. But of course, they don't compare to the fact that the man she wants to bang is her biological, full-on blood-related brother. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Yuno, Future Diary.
This is Yuno Gasai. My, girlfriend.
Sorry, Yuki, but you brought this on yourself. After all, you know the unwritten rule. Never you know what with crazy. While she looks adorable on the surface, Yuno is, what's a delicate way of putting this? Oh yeah, batshit insane.
She's got me. I'm trapped.
With her sole desire in life to be with her beloved Yuki, whether he wants to or not, Yuno slaughtered her way across the series, all in the name of love. Seriously, if you just breathed in Yuki's general direction, you were liable to get an axe to the face. How romantic.
Was it really so much to ask that I get to spend one single day in bliss with the man I love?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.